Rats on the World Heritage-listed Lord Howe Island continue to plague the community, with the latest move to eradicate them heightening tensions in the close-knit community. Debate has raged for about 17 years over plans to exterminate the vermin, which made their way to the scenic island in the late 1800s. Now a technical hitch has stymied an eradication program scheduled to be implemented this winter on the island, 600 kilometers east of Port Macquarie on the New South Wales mid-north coast. The program has been postponed until 2019. It certainly has split the community down the middle, noted fifth-generation islander Jack Schick. If you want to get a debate or argument going, just mention the rats or the program. It is one thing Mr. Schick, who favours the program, has in common with Lord Howe Board Deputy Chairman and opponent of the scheme, Craig Wilson. Permit delay causes issues. At the centre of the latest chapter in the long-running saga is the delay in the provision of a permit that would have allowed the program to begin as scheduled. Rodents spread throughout the island are active at night. The original permit authorised by the Australian Pesticides and Veterinary Medicines Authority had been delayed. With uncertainty over when it would be issued, the island's governing board agreed to its withdrawal, with another application to be lodged. This led to a vote of 5-2 in favour that the program begin in 2019. The previous vote had been 6-1. In between the two votes, the board's composition changed because an election had to be held after the board's three-year term ended. The 7-person board comprises 3 people appointed by the New South Wales government and 4 elected. Those 4 are evenly split over the proposal. Opponents concerned about safety. The eradication program is in 3 parts: aerial baiting, fixed bait stations and broadcasting by hand. Opponents of the scheme have voiced concerns over how safe it is, and also whether the rats are a major problem warranting the chosen program. A plastic tube is filled with poison bait for the rodents. Of course there are rats and of course they have an impact, but I do believe the problem has been overstated, Mr. Wilson, who is also a 5th-generation islander, argued. I've got friends staying here on the island the past fortnight. One has walked every track on the island and we have been out driving at night looking for them. We have not seen a live one yet. For Mr. Schick, who operates a fishing charter vessel and runs guided walking tours, he cannot understand why there is concern over the program. Some people haven't bothered to read anything. Some people still wouldn't know what's actually proposed, he said. He argues this is not for a lack of information. There is a pile of documents at the board's office that people can read. There have been flyers delivered by hand house to house. Permission needed to distribute bait on private property. SWAT the 2016 census registering a population of 382. Mr. Wilson sees his role as an elected board member as representing landowners and leaseholders. Flyers explaining the rodent eradication program have been delivered to all households. While Mr. Schick believes the eradication program should go ahead, Mr. Wilson will be talking to landowners and leaseholders who will have to grant permission for the baits to be distributed on their properties. The way I see it, there is a large portion, at least half, maybe more, of island people who are against this eradication program, he said. I will certainly represent those people and their views when it comes to this issue within the board. Mr. Wilson would not encourage entry being denied. However, if they wish to withhold the access to their properties, that is their right, he said. That is one thing that the board needs to do over the next 12 months, is nail down how their team intend to gain access to those properties for those who don't want to give them access. In the 1980s the community was successful in removing the problem of goats, pigs and cats. If the program to rid the island of rodents succeeds, given the history of how the issue has divided the community, it may take longer to eradicate the ill feeling.